Hey everybody, welcome back to Gideon Stuff. Today we're taking a look at this knife here. This is the Twosun TS-227 Dreadnought, designed by Jelly Jerry. This is a little bit of an older model. In fact, I think this is my only Twosun knife that has this version of their logo on it. Anyways, let's get into it. This is a kind of neat knife. Where did I put my ruler? Ah, there it is. Alright, so let's start off here with blade length measurement. Just a teeny little bit over 3.5 inches. Okay, so full-size knife. Let's get into our size comparisons. Here it is against our Ontario Rat Model 1. And here it is against our Rat Model 2. So, yeah, absolutely not a huge knife in terms of length, but in terms of chunkiness, yeah, a little bit big. All right, let's bring out our Civivis. There's one, the Elementum, and the Praxis. So again, a very, very tall, chunky knife. Oh, and speaking of chunkiness, actually, let's look at him on this dimension. Yeah, he's pretty chunky. He's pretty chunky. All right. Next up, let's bring out our Spyderco PM2. Very, very dirty guy. And our Benchmade Bug Out, of course. Yeah, there we go. Alrighty, let's wrap up these size comparisons. I know we're running a little bit long. We gotta do it against the Gerbers, though, guys. Come on, you know it. There's our Gerber mini paraframe, and here is the full-size paraframe. Alright, and now let's compare against some Twosuns. Here's against some other Jelly Jerry designed Twosuns. This is the TS-229. I believe, yeah. And this is the Twosun TS... something or another, the Megalodon. So, there we go. Alright. And we'll do against one more Twosun. This one's a pretty recognizable model. It's the Twosun TS-49. And just for the heck of it, here it is against the Civivi Riffle. Alright, so there's our sizes. What are we looking at here material-wise? Well, this is a stainless steel liner lock with a 14C28N blade, which I really like. I love Twosun's 14C28N. It's my favorite steel that they use, I think. Very aggressive clip point. Very cool looking knife. High polish. Dual grind. For the scales, we're looking at Micarta, which we will be talking about this Micarta in depth, and a G10 backspacer. So, cool. All right, let's go ahead and go do some cutting with it. All right, Twosun Dreadnought. Let's cut some cardboard. So, this blade is 14C28N, one of my favorite steels. We have this compound grind, very aggressive clip point, very thin behind the edge, like 14 thousandths. Yeah, what were you expecting? The Ergos are okay. Oh, blade play. We'll talk about the Ergos. I don't like that it's just micarta with no steel liners. It's kind of sharpish when you're really bearing down. The ergonomic lines are fine, but sharp when you're bearing down. Wish there was a little bit of jimping on the spine here, but as is, there's a good spot for your thumb. Action. A little bit of a double clutch, but yep, you can reverse flick it. There we go. Good action. Very good action. How's it carry? Yeah, the clip works okay. It is deep carry, goes in and out good, but non-reversible. And this clip, I do not like this clip because they bend really easily. These clips bend out so easily from Twosun, but yeah, let's get back down to the table and talk about this turd. All right, so let's get into what I like and don't like about this interesting Twosun knife. So first thing I want to start off with, like I normally do, is the looks on this knife. This is a really cool looking knife, guys. This is really, really cool. I mean, Jelly Jerry has a very... he's a very design-centered designer. But what I mean by that is his knives tend to look kind of fantasy-ish. They look very unique, but they don't all look exactly the same. I hope that makes sense. But yeah, I like this knife. I love clip point blades. You guys know me, love clip point blades. And speaking of the blade, let's get into this. This is a nice blade. You see here, it's not super thick, has a reasonable tip, nice and thin behind the edge. You do have this compound grind, which gives you more strength out to the tip, which is nice. Kind of interesting. I think this is the only knife in my collection that is a compound ground clip point. So that's really, really cool. Blade steel is 14C28N. Love that. I love it when Twosun uses that steel. It's the best steel that they use, in my opinion. Yeah. Next thing, the Ergos. The Ergos are comfortable. We'll talk about them a little bit later, but the Ergos are comfortable. This is a good spot for your thumb to land. The shape of the handle is very ergonomic, you know. This whole handle, it feels good. Like I said, we'll get to some caveats to that, but yeah, it's good. One thing I missed back on the blade, sharpening choil is very nice. And I guess I can say about the blade, it's a good performing blade. This is an excellent performing blade. I love clip points, both in terms of looks and performance. I think they're a little bit underrated in terms of performance, but yeah, great blade. Really, really good blade. Next thing, the action is very nice. Has a little bit of a double clutch, but once you get past that, it has a very nice sound. Listen to this. Ooh, I like that ting on the close. Yeah, that's nice. This knife, look, has excellent blade to handle ratio. Like, that blade comes all the way out to the handle. When the knife is open, you can really tell it has excellent blade to handle ratio. That's another thing I really, really like. So that's awesome. The clip works good. We will discuss the clip more later, but the clip does work good. T8 hardware all the way around. That's great to see. Minimal hardware. Yeah. And the next thing I want to talk about is the price. You can, look, with Twosuns, it's almost not even worth talking about the price because you can get them, you know, if you bid on eBay for just about anything you want. On Amazon, Amazon has these for like 40 bucks. Yeah, for 40 bucks, that's a good deal. Really good deal. So, cool. Oh, one thing I forgot to talk about with the action. I got carried away flipping it. You can use this fuller here to reverse flick it. I haven't been too good at getting it to thumb flick. It's a little bit smooth. You don't really get much traction, but yeah. With the reverse flick, if you get it just right, which I am not right now, there you go. You can do it. So, cool. All right, let's talk about what I don't like so much. Well, we'll start small. So first thing, this clip is, it works okay. The screws are not flat, which I wish they were, but I do not like this clip from Twosun because they tend to bend out very easily. Like, these clips up here is very weak, and so they bend easily, at least in my experience. So, no, I'm the biggest fan of this clip. Next thing, I kept having this screw back out on me. You know, I just sit there, be flipping this knife, and that screw would be backing out on me. It's not a huge deal. You know, you do have to, you know, just put some Loctite on the screw and it fixes it. I did it. Perfectly centered. The action's great. Yeah, so no blade play or anything. You can fix it. Still just not something that I prefer to see. Next thing, the Ergos. This micarta is a little bit sharp in here. As you can see, we only have steel on this side. It's just the lock. This side over here is just micarta. And this side over here is mostly micarta with a little steel insert. And so if you like really bear down on this knife, the micarta is a little bit sharp. But, you know, especially like right in here. Especially right in there. It's a little sharpish. Yeah, but, you know, you could probably fix that with a little bit of sandpaper or something. So let's talk about the worst thing about this knife, and that's the micarta. Oh my goodness, this micarta. I don't know what they're... Oh, geez. Twosun. Oh, this micarta is bad. It's really bad. Now, this is not how it originally looked. When I first got this knife, the micarta literally looked like someone had taken a turd and rubbed sand on it. This micarta still looks gross. I actually took some mink oil and rubbed it into the micarta to try and darken it up a little bit, which it did. But this micarta is just so bad. It feels bad. It looks bad. It's just gross. Ugh. The Dreadnought? More like the Dreadlocks with that micarta. Ugh. Jeez, it's... Yeah, that micarta fills me full of dread. That's just bad. That's really, really bad. I mean, if we're making puns about the name, I actually do have to point out something I forgot to mention that I like it. I like that this knife has a name. Twosun normally just gives their knives model numbers. And so I like that this one has a name. And by the way, Dreadnought. It's a cool name. It's a really, really cool name. But yeah, this micarta makes this knife look like a piece of poop. It's just, oh, it's just gross. It's disgusting, micarta. I also wish that it had steel liners on both sides. That's a personal preference thing, but, you know, just for added strength. Ugh. That double clutch is a little bit of an issue, but, oh, this micarta. Ugh. If anyone out there makes custom G10 scales and you could make custom G10 scales for this, let me know on Instagram. Message me, and I will send this to you, and I will pay to have you put new G10 scales on it. Because, let's just go to the final conclusions, I like the design of this knife a whole lot. As a tool, it's very functional. It has a great action, great slicey blade. The Ergos are serviceable. Well, in fact, the Ergos are good. They would be great if it wasn't for the sharpness here. But, I mean, that micarta just... Oh, it's disgusting. Oh, it's just gross. I can't even look at it. Ugh. Yeah, that micarta really ruined this amazing design. I hope Twosun makes another version of this knife, like a titanium frame lock version, or they get better micarta. Because, oh man. Yeah, don't leave this knife out on your coffee table at your house, your wife, girlfriend, kids, whatever. They'll probably think the dog pooped on a coffee table and just scoop it into the trash or something. Just, no. No, I wouldn't risk it. It's... Oh, it's bad. But the rest of the knife is good. If you can look past the micarta. Oh, jeez. And you know, the thing is I could dye this micarta a different color. I've dyed brown micarta before. I could dye this blue, but the thing is, this micarta just feels cheap. It looks cheap. It's just, it's not good stuff. It's not good stuff. No, just, no. Anyways, that's it for me today, guys. I hope you liked this video. If you did, leave it a like, comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye now.